And we're back. So, just won a game with Gyrocopter. We'll take a look at Huskar, who's the next hero in the alphabet, before we jump into my Huskar games for the evening. Uh, so, Huskar is a strength ranged hero. He's one of the only strength heroes who is ranged, um, which makes him kind of interesting, because he's kind of a semi-carry. He's not really great late game. He's actually really good early and mid game. Um, because his only real spell like the only one he casts, Burning Spears here, it does damage over time, and it stacks with itself. We saw him in the game we just played. Early in the game, he would just throw like 5 or 6 spears at somebody, and the damage over time would just kill him. We can see that skill here. Yeah, Burning Spears. And that's basically all there is to that. His first skill, Inner Vitality here, is a heal. Um, but it's not like an instant heal. It gives you increased regeneration based on how low your health is already. So the lower your health is, the faster you regen. So you really want to wait until somebody gets really low to cast it on them, or you want to wait till you're really low before you cast it on yourself. His third skill is a passive ability, Berserker's Blood. And what that does is it gives you attack speed and magic resistance based on something or other. On your missing health. So the more damaged you are, the faster you attack, and the less damage you take from spells. So in the game we were just looking at, we saw Huskar get hit by Assassinate, which is Sniper's ultimate ability, which is all magic damage. And he was really low to begin with, and he just didn't take any damage at all, hardly. And the reason for that was because he had levels of Berserker's Blood already. He'd already gotten a bunch of levels of Berserker's Blood, so that when he got hit by that, it didn't do any damage at all. And that's going to happen to me in a couple of minutes. You're going to see that happen. And his last skill, Life Break, is that. You jump at somebody, you do damage to them, you also do a little bit of damage to yourself, and you stun them for a really short duration. It's a short duration stun. It's not really the best stun in the game. But you see how that can sort of work with his other abilities, because if he's got levels in Berserker's Blood, when he jumps on him and takes instant damage, he also is going to start hitting a lot faster and taking less damage. But then also he's going to throw a lot more Burning Spears because his attack speed is higher, and those all will stack, so the enemy will start taking a lot of magical damage too. So he's really an interesting sort of team fight here. He can solo kill people and get pickoffs, but he can't really deal with more than one hero unless there's somebody else around. And we're going to see that a little bit in some of the games that I played. And I have them downloaded all ready to go. So we'll start this one up. I've had fun playing Huskar. It's just been a little bit of a frustrating day of Dota. Just because, like last game, there were people who were kind of rude in team chat and all chat, which is never really fun to play with. This game was okay, and then the last game of the night, we're going to see, gets really clowny towards the end. You'll just see what happens in that game. I'm not even going to describe it to you. There's me, being all polite and stuff. For anybody who doesn't know, good luck, have fun. GLHF means good luck, have fun. This guy's really happy. Let's get into the let's get into the picks. Here we go. So we can see people picking stuff. So we see another sniper getting picked. We see Lashrak. There's me picking Huskar. Another Juggernaut pick. So we've seen a few of these heroes already. Wraith King, been a while since we've seen him. Like, he was in one of my really early games. He's actually kind of getting more popular now. We'll wait till everybody gets picked, and then I'll go over a quick rundown of everybody's skills. Ursa, we saw he was on the enemy team last game, and now he's going to be on my team. Medusa, she's kind of interesting. Yeah, she's got some interesting spells. Alright, we'll pause it here and talk about these heroes, because I remember this game, these three waited really late to pick. They're all trying to counterpick everybody. So, we've talked about Huskar. Medusa, she's got some interesting spells. She got Split Shot, which just lets her do damage to more than one target. Mystic Snake is kind of... it's not really an AoE effect. It's a magical spell that does damage. It doesn't stun, it doesn't slow, or anything like that. It just does damage. So it's kind of a nuke, except it can only hit one target if you don't target it right, because it sort of bounces between targets. It's kind of weird. You kind of have to see it to get it. Mana Shield, she creates a shield that absorbs 60% of the incoming damage in exchange for Medusa's mana. So she basically she takes damage to mana instead of her health. And then Stone Gaze, she's Medusa, so anybody standing in front of her, who is facing her, gets turned to stone and can't move. But anybody who's in front of her, who's sort of sideways facing her, will just get slowed. That's another thing that DotA has in it that some of the other games of this type doesn't, is turning speed. Like, it takes heroes different amounts of time to go from looking one direction to another direction. So you kind of have to take that stuff into account when you're facing heroes like Medusa, because if you have a hero who's really slow to turn around, you can get caught in her ultimate for a really long time. Juggernaut, we saw his skills last game. He's got his spin, which makes him immune from damage and does a little damage. He's got his healing ward, he's got his crit, and he's got his ultimate ability. Ursa here, he's got Earth Shock, which is an AoE stun. It doesn't do a ton of damage, it doesn't really stun for very long. It's really not the best stun in the game, but it's useful. He's got Overpower, which, using his skill, Ursa gains increased attack speed for a number of subsequent attacks. So it basically just gives him a lot of attack speed for a short duration. Fury Swipes, Ursa goes deeper into wounds the enemy, causing consecutive attacks to the same enemy. So the more you hit somebody, the more damage you do if you have this turned on. And his final ability, Enrage. Why am I not getting tooltips? Come on, there we go. Ursa goes into a frenzy, gaining a percentage of its own. Good health is bonus damage. Last 15 seconds. Okay, so he gets bonus damage based on how much health he has. So you pop this before you run in and start hitting people, and then you do more damage the more health you get to keep. So it's a good team fighting ability, because what you do is you wait for the whole enemy team to focus on somebody else. Then you turn this on and run in and turn on your other two abilities, and you would do a ton of damage because your health is still high. Leshrac, he's a support hero. He's got quite a few interesting spells. Split Earth is a stun. It's a skill shot stun. It stuns for a long duration, but it's kind of hard to land because you don't click it onto heroes. You click it onto a space in the ground, and it takes a while to cast, so it's kind of easy to get out of the way of, although I get caught in it a couple times in this game, as you will see. Diabolic Edict. I'm trying to remember which one this one is. Units and buildings, physical damage. Okay, so this just causes a bunch of little explosions to sort of go off all around Leshrac for a period of time, and it does damage to anything that's sort of standing next to him. Lightning Storm is your basic nuke. You just cast it on stuff and it does damage to it. Pulse Nova is a lot like his second skill, only it does a lot more damage. Wraith King, he's kind of a run-of-the-mill hero, but he's really useful in a lot of situations. He's got his first spell, which is a stun that can do a lot of damage. He's got his second skill, which is Vampiric Aura, which gives him lifesteal natively, or sort of natural lifesteal. He's got Mortal Strike, which is another passive, which just gives him a crit. And then he's got his final skill, if I can get the Reincarnation, which is if he has enough mana to cast it when he dies, he'll just automatically respawn, and anybody standing around him will get slowed. So he's really interesting in that way, and that sort of he wants to die so that the enemy team will get slowed, so that the rest of his team can come in and kill them. Kind of an interesting hero. We've got a sniper again. We've seen shrapnel. That's that sort of rain of fire that just slows stuff and does damage over time. He's got headshot, which gives his ability. It gives him extra range. No, this gives him the chance to do a mini stun, and that gives him extra damage. His third skill gives him extra range. And then his final skill is Assassinate. It's that big, sort of power shot thing that just he can do it from across the map. It's got huge range. It does a ton of damage, but it kind of has a really long cooldown. He's really squishy though, so you got to be careful about positioning and stuff like that with Sniper. And we're gonna start the So we've got Drow Ranger, who we've played a match as. She gives her third skill gives other ranged characters on her team extra damage based on her agility stat, and her last skill gives her extra agility as long as nobody's standing next to her. So Leshrac is ranged and Sniper's ranged, so they're both going to get bonus damage from that later on in the game. And then let's see, Bounty Hunter was the last one picked up. We've seen him played before by me. We know his skills. He's got a crit. It's a pretty good crit. He's got a Shuriken Toss, which gives him a range attack that can also get the crit. He's got Shadow Walk, which makes him turn invisible, and his main skill Track lets him sort of make an enemy hero visible even when they're walking through fog of war. It gives his team the faster movement speed when the tracked enemy is nearby, and if the tracked enemy hero actually dies, he gets extra gold from the kill. So it's really useful for farming. You can see me running towards the rune. This is the thing that a lot of people I don't think understand very well about Dota right now, is that the first two runes that spawn actually give you double the amount of gold than the rest of the bounty runes in the game. Alright, yeah, so two of them show up. I get stunned. Yeah, so I just run. I just let them have it, because I can see that nobody from the bottom lane is coming help, so I just go. You really need to contest those runes because they can give the enemy team a lot of advantage. Oh, let's see that. I want to see what happened here. Alright, yeah, so this fight started at the rune. And yeah, so what happened here is the enemy team actually cared about getting these runes, like they should have. So they sent 2 heroes to each rune. Yeah, and Ursa probably could have killed Pudge there if he'd turned around and attacked. But he was just too focused on running. Yeah, fun times. So we see a dual lane mid, which is kind of odd. Me and Bounty Hunter are bottom lane against I think who else showed up down here? I think it was actually just Leshrac for a while. I think eventually Pudge came bottom and Sniper took over the mid lane. Let's see, up top here. Yeah, Ursa, after dying, comes back top, and Drow Ranger. This is not a great matchup for Ursa, because he's just going to get kind of harassed. Yeah, anytime he comes up... Oh god, here comes Huskar. Oh wait, that's me. Ha! I'm Huskar. That's right. I ended up top for most of the game. Auto-attacking creeps, not really going for last. He's kind of going for last hits. He's just sort of pushing the wave out. He could be doing a better job of controlling the creep wave. Yeah, he's sort of going on 2 heroes. I'm kind of playing a support role here. I'm just sort of harassing the enemy from getting experience and stuff. But not really buying support items because the thing is I'll be completely useless later in the game if I only buy support items. Huskar sort of can jungle. Uh, you just have to sort of do it kind of slowly at first. Oh, I missed a kill up here. Let's... Alright, one more time. Sorry. Okay, he just walks up and hits him, I think. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of funny how much damage Ursa can do early with just Fury swipes and overpower. I kind of took a lot of damage from those creeps in the jungle, so I used my heal there on myself, which is why I have almost no mana left. Yeah, Ursa's build is pretty good for an early game. He's got the branches that'll give him stats. He's got a poor man's shield, so he doesn't take too much damage, but really he doesn't need to be tanking the tower so much. See, this is kind of what we talk about when we talk about maintaining a creep wave equilibrium in Dota. Like, you don't want the creep to be this close to the enemy tower this early. Because the thing is, they take so much damage, the creeps take so much damage from the tower, and at this point we take so much damage from the tower relative to our health that really pushing is kind of dumb. So really you want to keep the creep wave like up here, so that the enemy team will have to run all the way from here, all the way down to here to be safe by their tower. So really, the thing that Ursa's doing that's sort of not helping that is he's auto-attacking the creep. So he's walking up here and he keeps attacking the same creep and then until he gets the last hit on it, and then he switches to the next creep. Really what you want to do is you want to wait until they're really close to dying and then get the last hit, because that will slow down your push so that you won't be fighting over here so much and you will be fighting over here a lot more. Because for us, this is a good place to be, because really, ideally, you always want to be fighting under your own tower. So if they get even close to you at all, they take damage from that. But that's kind of not realistic all the time. Really, you want to be like somewhere like here, or even here is not bad. But really, like sort of like this area, so that I can sort of be like hiding in here or over here or over here and come around and attack them while we have creeps around to do extra damage to them. Medusa's farming mid. I think, yeah, I went to bottom to help because they asked for help. Well, Bounty Hunter asked for help. I don't think Juggernaut really needed. They're doing okay. I mean, they're taking a lot of harass from Leshrac, but they're not really. Like, we can see him. I don't know why we don't just go on him. Alright, so he comes around from the backside. Yeah, see, I didn't even see they were going on him. I was focused on Wraith King here, and I get him. Yeah, see, I didn't realize that they were going to go on Leshrac there. Oh, see, he stuns 3 there. That's actually a really good use of his stun. That's actually really hard to hit with. Yeah, we could have killed him here, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where my teammates went. Oh, I guess they just both went back to heal. And Leshrac goes back to heal, and I go and buy something. I'm not sure what I'm trying to get here. Oh yeah, I bought a TP scroll and I TP'd somewhere. Back to base? No. Top lane.
I know I should respect the dead, but first
Oh yeah, that's right. Ursa was taking damage, and he was complaining, and I was running running top to try and get him some help, but no. Yeah, see, they're just standing under their tower now. Not sure why. I'm not sure why Sniper is eating so many trees, because he's actually in good shape. I'm not sure who's pinging at me. Green is Bounty Hunter, so I guess he wants me to come bottom again. Yeah, see how easy that is for them to just kill those creeps? And their tower hasn't taken any damage from all this push. So that's the thing, is early game you don't want to push unless you can follow it up. So Wraith King just got Juggernaut on the bottom lane. Well, oh wow, why is he so low to begin with? What is happening, Juggernaut? Oh, he's just tanking creeps. Yeah, you don't fight the creep wave without your own creep wave around when it's only 7 minutes in and you're just a Juggernaut. That's not. See what I mean about decision making? Like, he could just as easily have been like standing over here and waiting for his creep wave, and he would still be alive. Oh no. So yeah, a lot of action around the runes. Oh god. Full health here. Oh yeah, she takes Dismember. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, the thing is though, Pudge doesn't have a way to cancel a teleportation scroll outside of Hook, and typically they don't use Hook if you're not far away from them. So Medusa, if she'd had a TP scroll on her, probably could have teleported back to base and been fine there. Maybe there were ways for her to survive that. I'm not really sure why she was running towards the rune by herself. Yeah, that's not. I'm not sure why Ursa was hitting creeps there. Oh. Yeah, last game we talked about this. There's a setting, a default setting in Dota, which is auto attack after you cast a spell. He cast the spell there on himself over power, and he cast Fury Swipes, and he started attacking creeps because he had that turned on. So you really want to turn that off. It's a setting. There's a little checkbox in the settings menu. It says auto attack after casting a spell. You just click it, the check mark goes away, and then you don't get killed like that. And you actually can kill these two heroes, because if you're going on Drow, you're standing right next to her if you're Ursa, because you're a melee hero, and then she doesn't get any of this bonus damage from this skill. Here. And then they don't take your tower, and they don't win the game. Alright, Ursa, here we go. There we see me using my ultimate on Sniper there, and I get him. Drow turns around. I don't know what happened to Huskar. I mean Ursa. I'm Huskar. Yeah, I don't know. Well, there he is. So I think I get killed, but Ursa gets him, yeah. So that's a fair trade. 3 for me is not bad. Although I'm not sure what happened down bottom lane. Let's see. Let's see, they're both dead already. Oh wow, alright. So yeah. So Leshrac just owned those two. Yeah. 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 So they just got outplayed. That was all just, whoever's playing the Shrek knows how to use his skills correctly. He's got a good skill build going. Yeah, he knows how to play the Shrek, so that guy's pretty good. Farming, always fun to watch. I think, yeah, Drow gets Mask of Madness, which we've talked about. Super popular right now. I actually prefer Helm of the Dominator because it helps you. It gives you almost as much lifesteal. It gives you almost as much damage. It doesn't give you any attack speed, but it also lets you control creeps, which lets you farm faster, which lets you get your late game items sooner, which is useful for obvious reasons. It also doesn't make you incredibly easy to kill, like Mask of Madness does. Yeah, so that was kind of an unnecessary death by Ursa there. He really, realistically, he wasn't going to take that tower. He could have just, let the creep wave run up to it, and then he could come over here and kill these jungle creeps, or these jungle creeps, or maybe, I don't know, maybe some of these jungle creeps, or maybe some of these jungle creeps. And by the time he killed those jungle creeps, the creep wave would be over here or something, where he's close to his tower, and where he's not so easy to gank. I don't know. Crazy idea. Maybe, you want to optimize, your farming pattern so that you're not just dying over and over. Wraith King getting killed. But Wraith King gets to come back, and Juggernaut does not. See, that's how you push two heroes working together. Now they're backing off. I'm not sure why. Just Ursa. And I'm farming up top. So yeah, we're getting pretty far behind here. See, like I was just talking about, I went and I killed some of the creeps in the lane, and then I came in here, and I farmed this jungle camp for a minute. The lane's starting to push a little bit back towards the tower. By the time I'm done killing these creeps, I can run up here and push the lane back out. Let's see how these two do against the Shrek now. Oh no. Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, he's got his core item, which is Vladimir's offering. That's good. These are sort of 13 minutes in. She's doing okay. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, I've got an urn, I've got boots, I've got the helm of Iron Will already. Yeah, we're all doing about the same. Enemy team is doing better. Yeah, the Drow's getting fed. That's kind of what's starting to hurt us a little bit. She's already got Mask of Madness, she's got Blade of Attack, she's got a Ring of Aquila, she's got good items already. Juggernaut has gone for the Naked Mask of Madness. Usually you want to do something like Drow has done here and have, boots and a regen item before you go for Mask of Madness, because the thing is, Mask of Madness makes you easy to kill, and if you're a hero, especially a hero like Juggernaut, who his spells are not cheap on a mana perspective. If you look at, Healing Ward is expensive, Blade Fury is expensive, Omni Slash is kind of expensive. You want to be able to regenerate your mana so that you can cast your spells more often, so that you can be more useful. And the items that Drow has make her better at doing that, as opposed to if she just had a Mask of Madness, she would not be anywhere near as useful as she is being to her team. Sniper is doing okay. He should really have boots. You really want to have boots before you get these two items, because they let you run faster, and if you can run faster, you can get away if somebody tries to kill you. Although that's not really a problem for these guys. It's 12 minutes in. They've got 18 kills. Or right now, 15 minutes in. 15 minutes in, they've got 18 kills. They've so they're killing us at least once every minute. And we just sort of keep feeding them. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm okay with Medusa's items. Yeah, Drow is farming really fast now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Four of us men. Four of us in the middle lane. Medusa's still pushing up top.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, so they're all here. Yeah, I'm not sure why Ursa stayed. Nobody else stayed.
Let me get my arrows back, and then you can.
Because we all backed up because we took the tower, which is all we were realistically going to get there. And Medusa was dead, so they had more heroes than us. So the rest of us all backed off, like reasonable people. But for some reason, Ursa decided to stay. I went and pushed bottom. I think I get a kill on Leshrac here. I don't remember. Yeah, ultimate. Burning spears. I get stunned. Oh yeah, that's right. I get killed here. Yeah, that should have been. Yeah, Leshrac for 2 is not really a fair trade. Oof. Yeah, so there you saw Medusa's ultimate. You saw that Pudge got sort of turned to stone. She really should have just run around this way and then back up into the fountain and then fought under the tower here. I'm not sure, turning around was not her best option because there were 4 heroes here from the enemy team. One of them had to see and come over and help. Bounty Hunter calls good game. At this point, pretty much it's over. It's a total stomp. I think I kept feeding though, because I was just, I don't know, at this point I was trying to learn the hero's combo. I was trying to get good at Huskar's abilities. Yeah, I went on Drow because I saw her here. I think I had my camera like this, so I didn't see that there were 3 other heroes back here. And I just got blown up. I'm not sure why these guys are backing. They should really just siege and take high ground and just finish it. Because there's 3 of us down, and the only one on their team that's down is Wraith King, and he's back up already. And they're 18 kills ahead, and they've taken almost all of our outer towers. They could have just totally gone ham and gone high ground and taken at least 1 barracks. Instead they backed off. Pudge got an Aghanim Scepter and a Vanguard. Those are okay items. He should be farther ahead by now though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
She is working on something. Javelin. I think that builds into Rod of Atos. I'm not sure. Let me see here. She's probably... Okay, get out of the way, thingy. Yeah, I know that Sniper bought a Mask of Madness. I need to see. Yeah, she's probably working on a Basher, which is going to give all of her attacks a chance to do a mini stun. Because I remember getting stunned by her normal attacks later in the game.
Tower is under attack.
Don't know why I went to the Radiant shop to do that, but whatever. Mike, I could have just easily gone to any shop to get rid of that, but whatever.
Illusion.
Yeah, so that first game was a little closer. It was a little bit less of a stomp. Oh gosh. Pudge is chasing me. I'm being chased by a Pudge. Oh, he misses his hook. So yeah. Thing about, getting away from a Pudge like that is as long as you can make them miss their hook, you're pretty much good. Stuns are powerful, guys. You don't want to get stunned. I so totally almost had him, though.
Tower is under attack.
Totally almost had that sniper. He is level 11. Oh, we're equal level. That's weird. They should be way ahead. I don't know why that sniper is only 11. 14.
Middle tower is under attack.
9. Wraith King's only 9. Oh, there we go. 15.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
12. See, they're not that ahead on levels. They just have better items at this point. Oh my gosh.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Yeah, so really, from an efficiency standpoint, they could be here. They could be here taking this creep wave and pushing in the next barracks already while we still have 2 people down. Instead of just, they're not really accomplishing much here. This is not ideal. You see, Sniper got killed there. He should, so they should really not be, and then Wraith King, he's got enough for his ultimate, so he's not going to die, but really,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, they got a lot accomplished. They got this tower killed, and this one's almost gone, but really, they could totally have,
Dire's bottom tower
they could have this tower and this barracks, which is
Dire's
strategically much better.
fortified.
Like, see, they're barely going to be able to get this one.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
That was actually a pretty good play by the bounty hunter to deny that. I think I saw the courier run this way and I went to go get it. Oh man, yeah.
I find it easy to respect
Oh, she went MKB.
Has fallen.
Not sure why. You usually get this item here against heroes that have an evasion ability.
Not for me.
And then she died to the tower. See, that kind of makes me feel bad.
Not.
Like, I know it's mostly because she had Mask of Madness on her, and
Dire's agent is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're basically just trying to turtle up and keep ourselves alive long enough to maybe kill them all, or get a few kills, enough that we can push back down a lane. But really, at this point, it's pretty much over, and we know it. We're really just sort of playing to keep playing. Again, a lot of standing around at this level of play that I'm at. Like, I'm not sure. Oh god. So many Ursa players think they're just gonna sneak this Roshan and just kill it, and there's not gonna be anybody standing around. Yeah, that's not. See, like, we could have farmed jungle camps and maybe gotten some decent items instead of running into the Roche pit one at a time to all get just slaughtered. But we didn't, because at this point we're just not thinking very smart. Fun times.
Dire's agent is under attack.
Yeah. Alright, let's watch this thing get killed. Oh, come on, guys. What are you even doing? And that's the game. Yeah. Yeah, this he was doing. The guy who played Drow and was just, yeah, a lot of unpleasantness tonight in DotA land.